All right, we are live. We are live. I am Naijha Wright Brown, host of Naijha Speaks, also contributing for Unchained TV. Why is animal and vegan advocacy so important? My guest today, Julia Reynolds, lead organizer of the upcoming Animal and Vegan Advocacy Summit, is here to tell us. How are we doing today, Julia?
Very good. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, not a problem. I'm just showing people the flyer so people know what's coming up uh, next week. So we want to hear all about it. What's happening?
Yeah, very excited. Thank you so much for having me again. My name is Julia. Nice to meet you. I am the conference lead of the Animal and Vegan Advocacy Summit, the AVA Summit. I'm super excited for our first event in Washington, D.C. next week. The summit is dedicated to creating a world in which animals obviously are taken out of the food system and all other human uses. We want to inspire advocates and empower them to be as, impactful as possible. We're going to have a highly modern and diverse and progressive event for the movement, and I can't wait.
Why is this so important? Why is animal and vegan advocacy so important? Why does it matter, especially now during this time?
Right. I mean, there is so much that could be said about this question, right? Like, so many problems, so much suffering that comes with factory farming, with the way we produce our food, and of course, all kinds of animal abuse. But the beauty, I think, of the animal and also vegan advocacy movement is that we are able to provide like tangible solutions, strategies, tactics to overcome these problems. So, and we've seen, a lot of successes in the past few years. Like, they really, that proves us right? Like, more and more countries start talking about animal rights. Like, the availability, the quality of plant-based foods is much bigger than ever. And at the same time, we are, I think, at a really crucial point where we really need to, support each other, remind ourselves that we're in this together, like, keep learning, keep improving, and increasing our impact. And that's really what we want to reinforce and to like empower people to do at our summit.
Well, you have a lot of speakers. My understanding is over 80 speakers, 80 plus speakers that will be at the summit next week. So it's in Washington, D.C., October 20th to the 23rd. And you can register to attend the summit at avasummit.com. And I have to shout out platinum sponsor, A Welfare World. They have a sponsor code for those that want to attend and want to save $100 on the registration fee. You can register and use the code AWFW $100. But let's talk about who's going to be there, because when I bring up this page and I go to speakers, I mean, this is. Can you talk about some of the folks that are going to be here? Jennifer, she's
Yeah,
created Vegan
I
Women
mean,
Summit. Talk about it.
absolutely. Like, so many really inspiring and exciting people. Like, you're going to have a lot of inspirational talks from the movement. We have an amazingly diverse speakers lineup. We have Genesis Butler, Leah Garces, Melanie Joy, Peter Singer, Dawn, you mentioned Dawn Moncrief, Jean Bauer, Jennifer from the Vegan Women's Summit, Monica Chen, Brenda Sanders, Bruce Friedrich, Sharon Nunez. Like, really, I mean, everybody's coming.
Hey, I'm gonna be there. Look at
Yeah,
that picture there,
absolutely.
representing Black Vest Society. So cool.
I
Oh,
know,
there
I
goes
know.
Don.
We're
Shout
really
out to
looking forward.
Don. Don Moncrief, a Welfare World Platinum sponsor. Definitely have to. And we have Africa is in the house. Love it. We got African representation. A lot of people don't realize that that's natural food in Africa, vegan food. Like, I don't know what the surprise is, but Africans do eat vegan. So it's great to see that there will be African and also Asian, two of the largest continents will be there representing at the summit. What else can we expect?
So the AVA Summit will bring, hopefully, that's our goal, like the best aspects of like past animal advocacy conferences to the 2020s with, a focus on like really high quality speakers, results and action oriented presentations, workshop, lots of opportunities for networking. We have, meditation sessions in the mornings, film screenings at night, a career fair for everybody who's looking for like a high impact job in the movement. And really, like you said, I mean, gender and racial diversity in the both the audience and amongst the speakers is like a really top priority for us. So I think it's worth mentioning that our content will focus like roughly 60% North American and 40% on international content. So like you said, you mentioned Asia, Africa, lots of folks from Europe too, South Americans, like really it's going to be amazing, and obviously like delicious vegan food for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, we're looking forward.
What delicious! I mean, that's what it's all about. I
I
see
know,
someone,
absolutely.
Amanda. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome! Can't wait for the summit. Yes, Amanda, are you on the leadership board? Because I know Hoover is one of the applications that are being used for the summit. So I've been watching all the meetup suggestions, all the questions, all the talks, all the engagement that's going on in the Hoover app. So it is amazing. Best of luck to your efforts. The times are changing. It's a new dawn. Yes, there's no better time than now to be vegan. And I will be referencing that in my opening talk. Yes, they have me opening the ceremony. So wish me luck. Tom, thanks for tuning in. Tom's always tuning in to Naijha Speaks. I appreciate your support. It is great to see your comments. What else? The challenges. What are some of the challenges that people can overcome with some of the talks? Because there's lots of talks. I'm going to try to bring up the schedule here in a separate window of the talks that will overcome some challenges. Do you know off the top of your head by thinking of the itinerary and the talks, some challenges that can be overcome by attending this summit, and by who?
Yeah, so I mean the beauty of the summit is that I think what makes it like really special and unique is the fact that we, welcome people with any motivation, like animal, environmental, personal health, social justice, all the other like intersecting movements. And we're supporting like many different strategies and tactics, from, like very grassroots activism to like super specialized engagement, corporate outreach, like individual outreach, food system change. We got a lot of content on legislative change. And yeah, obviously like advancing animal-free technologies. So the beauty of it is that it's so broad, I can't even like start to like name every aspect of it. So it's really worth it to check out our website, check out the program. I named a lot of speakers. I mean, obviously there's many more. And yeah, just try to get one of the tickets and join us next week.
I have to go through this program here because it's so extensive. Starting, there's pre-conference events and workshops happening. I know I will be in one Thursday morning with Beyond Carnism. So I'm looking forward to that elite leadership conference workshop. But Thursday, look at this pre-conference workshop, mindfulness and meditation for activists workshop. People don't understand this is tiring mental and physical work. So your mental health is really important, sustaining that in order to persevere and continue on with this advocacy. It's not an easy grind. So you definitely need all the meditation and chakra balancing that you can get, vegan strategy and communication. There's going to be a reception sponsored by a Welfare World, and then the opening ceremony with all the speakers. And you're in there too, conference lead. This is amazing. And then we move on to Friday. Folks, you got to go to the website, avasummit.com. Get the sponsored tickets, AWFW $100. Sign up. You're going to want to be there if you are in this advocacy space. And why animal and vegan advocacy? Julie, it's the same thing, isn't it? Why are we calling it animal and vegan advocacy?
Yeah, so I mean, we went with the title to kind of show how large this like overarching movement really is, or like how much we want to, you know, be inclusive and cover like both the more animal rights side of things, right, from like really the so that's like kind of the animal advocacy part of it, and then also like the food system change, the like vegan parts of it. So it's really just to show how much of an like umbrella conference this is meant to be, and really like diverse and inclusive. So that's why we went with that title. And we usually, like a lot of people use, you know, the abbreviation like AVA, or we usually say AVA Summit, which makes it even more simple. So yeah, we're again very excited for the inaugural event next week.
And you can follow the AVA Summit on IG at ava.summit. Great information there. We have another comment. Tom, you want to ask a question? What more can be done to get large corporations to end fur sales? I'm not sure if that's on the agenda or anyone's having a talk, but Tom is asking what more can be done. I know there's a lot of work being done in that area. I'm sure lots more work has to be done. So that's a great question. Tom, thank you for that. But what do you think, Julia? If at top of your, I mean, if you were thinking about ways to solve the fur sale industry issues, what are some ways we can do that?
Yeah, I mean, great question. Like for sure, that's like one of the, I mean, that would be like one of the biggest, you know, things to like to, it's important to actually pressure those companies and to like kind of tackle the problem from different sides, right? So there's like the pressure that would be like more on the media side of things, like really great campaigns, getting lots of engagement, getting lots of people on the streets, getting like a lot of people to talk about this in like mostly the mainstream media, which is like, you know, a lot harder to do than like kind of in our bubble, so to speak. But then there's also like, you know, trying to really go down the legislative line, and, you know, trying to increase political awareness for these things, like animal abuse of all sorts. There's obviously also, you know, the more calmer and like more like working in the almost like I want to say in the back end of things, like in the background. So it's really like, I think it really depends on like the kind of personality you have, like what type of advocacy would be like the right thing for you to do. We actually do not this year, unfortunately, feature a talk that like explicitly focuses on fur. We're very open to do so next year if you have like a great, you know, great speaker who would speak to that. But there's a lot, you know, a lot of talks that cover very similar, you know, similar areas. And yeah, so stay tuned for more info. Check out the website again. And I hope to see you there, Tom. Tom was the name, right?
Yes, Tom is he's representing from Chicago to Midwest. Thank you again, Tom. And avasummit.com, avasummit.com. You want to get that discount code in there, AWFW $100, to get the platinum sponsor discount on the summit. Julia, I didn't ask, what do you do? I know you're the lead organizer of the summit, but what do you do outside of the summit? You got a whole life beyond this.
So at the moment, not very much. We're really like,
now you're doing the summit, like, you know, you're busy with that.
At the moment, the summit is my life, but I mean that's great. Like I love my job, I love what I do. I'm really thrilled for next week. But yeah, so I'm actually based in Germany, which is kind of interesting because I usually like work very much at night, because like a lot of my team is, you know, based on the West Coast or like on the East Coast. So it's like it's a real global effort here, which is awesome. Like the team works 24/7 basically. So that's great. And other than, my work for the summit, I have a little family. I have a small boy, a 1.5-year-old, who, keeps me running and keeps me up. And yeah, like I said, at the moment, it's really very much focused on the summit because, it's the last few days and we really want to start off right. There's only one chance to make a great first impression. So we're trying to do our best here. And yeah, that's basically it for the moment.
Yeah, I'm just in awe of the schedule. There's just so much going on every day
It's
from
a lot.
Thursday to Sunday. ABAsummit.com, folks. ABAsummit.com. So again, why should folks register to attend, and what type of folks? Because you mentioned something about people's different styles of advocacy. Everyone is different. No one's going to advocate the same. That's why this is such a beautiful space to be in, to learn what suits you as an advocate. Here you got connecting social justice and animal rights. We know that's an intersection that needs some work on. So I'll be moderating that panel with Genesis, the founder of the Youth Climate Save, and Genesis for Animals, along with Brenda Sanders of Afro Vegan Society and Dr. Faraz Harsini, founder and CEO of Allied Scholars for Animal Protection. I will be really, really busy that weekend. But who should be registering, and again, why?
I really think the summit is an amazing opportunity to, especially like after COVID, and I know like we're not entirely after COVID yet, unfortunately, but like, after the lockdowns and after like 2 years of really barely seeing each other or not at all, being together as a movement, it's really like a key moment, I think, to be able to like reunite again and, reduce infighting and to be able to like work sustainably together and to be a strong and healthy movement. Like that's what motivates me. That's what motivates my team. That's what inspires us every day. And really everybody who wants to be a part of this and learn, how to, get even better at what you do and like be more impactful and get new ideas, new inspiration, meet those amazing speakers that you like barely got to see in the past 2 years. And it's always like, I know it's like, it's great to see people online too, and there has been a lot of like different connection in the past few years, but like it's still different, to really be on site with people and talk and enjoy food together. And there's going to be lots of exhibitors. We have like an amazing lineup in our exhibit hall. Like I said, there's going to be a career fair, so if you're looking for a job, it's still different, to talk in person to people and really find out, what you want to do with your life, with your career. And similarly, we're obviously also welcoming a lot of people who have been in the movement for a long time and who can like, exchange best practices and try to like, the goal is for us to create organizations that are like highly impactful and highly like, just like useful for the movement and to fill gaps and like learn from each other and grow together. And I think that's a really big part of it too, like not only the volunteers and the interns and the like newcomers that we talk to, but also, people who've been in the movement a long time and like want to exchange ideas and best practices and see how they can, just like I said, grow together and become even more effective with what they do.
Julia, I'm so glad that you're explaining to us what to expect, who should be registering. So again, avasummit.com. Get the code in there, AWFW $100. Platinum sponsors of Wealth at World. They've been supporting us, Atlanta Kush, and Black Veg Society since we started in 2014 with the society, and before that with Land of Kush. Pro Veg International, man. I have a presentation to do tomorrow for the folks in Uganda because they're having a vegan restaurant week in Africa. So I'm looking forward to speaking with them tomorrow. In the morning my time, evening their time. And the Plant-Based Network, Platinum. I mean, we have to shout out the sponsors because without the sponsors, this wouldn't be possible. So important. So
Absolutely.
show your support. Go to these sites: welfareworld.org, ProVeg International, plant-based network. It is going to be an amazing time. I'm looking forward to connecting with people. I haven't been since it was the Animal Rights Conference in 2019. This is a reimagined new summit. You have to join this thing. So please, if you're not doing anything that weekend, come on down. Even if you can come for a day, just come for a day. Take the day off of work. Come on down and get your advocacy education on, because it's going to be happening down there. Well, Julia, anything that you want to leave us with? Best ways to connect with you, follow, stay engaged with the summit? Anything that you want to add to the conversation?
I think we really covered most of it. I mean, a lot of it. So obviously, as you said, the program is very diverse and very full, like lots to talk about and lots to see. I think the best ways to connect with us is, follow us, stay engaged with us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, visit our website. You can learn more about, the team behind it, our advisors, the program, how to register, all the all the talks that we're going to feature. And there's only 1 week left, so get your ticket now. I think it's really fair to say this is an event not to be missed. So see you next week.
Well, I'm going to be there, Thursday morning, all throughout Sunday. So looking forward to connecting with old friends, people that I've been seeing online virtually, and to connect with some new friends and see if we can get some new collaborations on. So again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, Julia. I know you got more work to do. I'm going to bring up the flyer again, and I'm going to close us out with some music. So again, avasummit.com, avasummit.com. Next week, October 20th to the 23rd, you want to be in DC. Find out, avasummit.com. Get the platinum sponsor discount provided by Welfare World, AWFW $100. Whatever you do, whether you're going to the conference or not, please be well, be safe, and go vegan. Well,